Okay, well, thanks, Greg. Well, let me start all over. Welcome back to a Chip Off the Old Block Toys. I'm Jeff, and I really mean welcome back because it's been a long time since I've done one of these videos, about a month. And that's just because of things that have been going on in my personal life. I needed some time for some R&R and recharge. Anyway, I'm back now. And today we're gonna do we're gonna start set number 10290, which is the pickup truck. I personally think it looks like a Ford pickup in the 50s, but they didn't label what it was. It could actually be a Chevy as well because of kind of the hood. But anyway. And Greg, there's quite a bit of Batman coming out on November 1st. Just curious as to which ones you're planning on getting. I wouldn't be surprised if your answer is all of them, but then again, I wouldn't be surprised if your answer is just a couple of them because, my goodness, the price of Legos and how many they've been coming out, how fast, that's a lot. And so anyway, I do have a list of everything that's coming out. They're coming out with the big Tumbler, okay. All right. Yeah, that one, the giant Tumbler is 2,049 pieces, and it's going to retail for $229. And hello, Jenny, how you doing? Hope you're having a good morning. And hi, is that Levente? Hope I'm saying that right. Thanks for joining us. So yeah, the Tumbler's coming out on the 1st. A couple of other sets that are coming out as well that are Batman related. Let's start with those. We're also coming out with the Batmobile, which is $99, and it's 1,360 pieces. And that's due to be released on November the 1st as well. And another one coming out is the Batman Cave, the Bat Cave, the Riddler face-off. And that one is going to be, let's see, how many is that one? 581 pieces, and it's going to retail for $79.99. I'm more hyped for the Titanic. Yeah, the Titanic one does look pretty cool. And we got this little thing done here. It's a little basket of goods. We'll set that aside. And let's start the other basket of goods. You know what? I think that's a little too far away. Let me, for right now, I'll zoom it back out as the set gets bigger and I need the room. But for right now, we can do that. The new Titanic set. You know, it's a mixed bag for me. I do like it. I like the idea of doing that ship because I mean it's iconic. Almost everyone, I don't care where you're at in the world, has heard of it. I do like it. The sticking point for me is the price point, $629. There's going to be quite a few pieces though, 9,090. So, and you also have to take in account. In addition to the pieces, is what you're actually getting, and you are getting a pretty good model of the Titanic. You know, the 4 smokestacks and all that. And there is going to be a partial interior, like the boiler room down the bottom. So I guess it's pretty good. I just hope that I'll have the money to get it when it comes out. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. I got a lot of obligations right now, but I certainly do want to get it. I do think that and I've seen this online, so it's not an original idea of mine, but I agree with it. In many of my groups online, I've seen people say that they should have come out with a Jack and Rose from the movie little set that comes with it, because you know how to do a lot of freebies with the newer sets. Well, they've talked about how Lego should have done that, and I don't think Lego is going to do that. So I think that would have been a nice addition to that set, is including 2 minifigures, Jack and Rose, since they were the main characters of the movie. And here we go, we got a little gift here. Back up here. And I forgot to show you this. Looks like tomatoes, or yeah, it looks like tomatoes to me. And then we're going to do a milk can now. But yeah, the Titanic, definitely one of the larger sets, and I don't mean by pieces because the world map behind me is got more pieces than that, but it's certainly going to have a lot of pieces in the size of it. Someone's supposed to be 4 feet long, I don't know what that is in meters. A little over a meter, I guess, 1.3 meters, I guess, roughly. So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. And also the Home Alone set, if you guys haven't heard, that's coming out. That's a great movie. In fact, Jay Leno made a joke about Home Alone when Home Alone 2 came out. He said, it's amazing. You make the same movie, same plot, same characters, same scenes, or same, not scenes, what do you call that? Sets. And you still make a lot of money off of it. And it is kind of true. It kind of is the same story. But I do like the look of the house. I think it'll be a great template to build other ones. And that Home Alone is supposed to be 3,955 pieces, and it's supposed to retail at $249.99. And here's a milk jug for that. Let's go ahead and get started on the crate. Let's see. There's a couple other ones coming out. There's the Batmobile, the Penguin Chase. It's going to be much smaller than the Tumbler. It's going to retail for $29.99, 392 pieces, and 2 minifigures. And you guys might know, if you've watched the channel, that I'm a Seinfeld fan. And I remember Seinfeld making a joke about villains, saying they've gotten lazy because none of them go out of their way to have the themes like they used to, like the Penguin or Face Off or Joker. How they just rob now, and they don't make the effort to make a theme. And so I thought of that when I saw that online, so I thought it was cool. And then one more set that's coming out in early November is set number 76179. It's going to be the Batman and Selena Kyle Motorcycle Pursuit, and it's going to retail for $14.99 in the U.S., 149 pieces, 2 minifigures. So we got a lot going on in the month of November, and if you manage to buy all those, it'll just set you back without tax $1,333.94. So that's a large reason why I'm not going to end up getting a lot of those, because they're great sets, don't get me wrong, but the price tag's just a little steep. So yeah, I think I'll probably end up getting the Titanic and Home Alone, and that's about it. Maybe the Tumbler. It just depends on, like I said, where I'm at those moments financially. Alright, so I love this little crate. Got some pumpkins in here. And we've got, now we got to work on a sign of sorts. And Lego has just been pumping out the new sets. When I was looking at the list today, I just couldn't believe what's out there. And Greg says, anytime now Lego would reveal the Ultimate Collector Series AT-AT, and I hope they do, because that is one that I definitely want. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan through and through. So I heard the retail is supposed to be right on 800, which I believe, because, well, the AT-AT and highly detailed would definitely command that sort of price. Okay, so let's apply some stickers. Thank goodness these are large stickers, and there's not many of them on this set. I've been doing a lot of the Speed Champions on my builds, and those guys tend to have a lot of stickers. I did one last night that had almost 30 stickers to one little car. So I'm grateful this set doesn't have that many. Okay, so now we've got this little sign that says today's pick on this side and fresh from the farm on this one. I'm sorry, I didn't. There we go. Next is a watering can. I know, not too interesting, but it is part of the set. And yeah, Greg, I do hope they announce that rather soon. I hope that wasn't just a rumor. I'm hoping that's true, that they really did do that set. I'm totally looking forward to it. And I've been looking forward to it because the rumor's been going around for several months now. So recent releases that I've seen, there was quite a few of them actually on the internet. And the biggest one that I could find was the Caterpillar D11 bulldozer that's controlled by an app on your phone. That thing is massive. 3,854 pieces, and it retails for $449.90 US dollars in the US, and it is set 42131. That one looks cool, but I gotta pass on something because I don't have the room, and well, don't have the finances to keep buying all these large sets they're pumping out. So that one is not one that I'm ever gonna get, but I did think it was cool. I like the idea of being able to control it by an app, and I just like the large machinery that it represents. And you know, hey, I actually have a daughter who works for Caterpillar, and she works on the line that builds the what do you call that? The excavators. And it's really cool because when she came to visit me a couple months ago in July, in our neighborhood they're building new houses here still, and she saw the excavator and she goes, "Yeah, hey, that's a Caterpillar. That's actually the same exact model we put together in the factory." So yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, gotta turn that around. Alright, I think we got the watering can done. Yep, we do. Alright, so let's work on the Christmas wreath. I think this is a great idea. Boy, this thing does not want to stay together. I've put these together like this before, and they usually stick pretty well. But anyway. Okay, so we got a little Christmas bow going. And let's see how this is going. This is kind of confusing for me, so bear with me. Any plans for Halloween? I am going to pass out candy. I'm not going to dress up though, but definitely do the candy. How about yourself, Greg? You got plans? And anybody else on here, do you have plans for Halloween? Yeah, this is kind of a confusing one. All right, so we got this Christmas wreath going. It's a little confusing. And I think I did it wrong, to be honest. Let me try something. I think that looks more right. And it does. Okay, cool. Oh, hey John, how you doing? Greg says, no, I don't have plans for Halloween. Okay. Do you normally do stuff for Halloween, or is that just a bygone holiday for you now? It's pretty much a bygone holiday for me. I wouldn't celebrate. I wouldn't like. I live in a neighborhood with a lot of kids, so I kind of feel obligated to pass out candy. That's about the only thing I do for Halloween. I don't dress up or anything anymore. Hope you didn't miss much. Well, we did talk about all the new sets that are coming out. I'm not going to repeat it, but there's a lot. Maybe I'll put something down in the description. Okay, this is not. This is not really working out. No, it's not working out. It's Christmas Wreath. Alright, well, I think what I'm going to do is finish that off camera, because that's a little crazy. And they came out with a new piece. Look at this. A new plate piece. That's going to become pretty popular. Especially online like Bricklink. But it's pretty expensive. And John says, I figured out how to change my profile picture and got invited to my neighbors as kids go around. Hey, that's cool, man. So I guess you'll be passing out candy at your neighbor's house. And Greg says, the day after Halloween, I got jury duty. Oh, man. Well, I feel for you, man. Yeah, I've been called to jury duty a couple times, but I've never actually had to serve. So anyway, I hope that you have a good experience with that. Time for breakfast, John says. Yeah, same here. It is time for breakfast. I pretty much just jumped on here today without eating. Got up a little bit later than I wanted to, but you know, that's how things go sometimes. But I'm gonna have a great breakfast when I'm done here, though. Gonna do some turkey bacon with eggs. Sounds like a good choice to me. And John says Rue's training is going very well. She's 5 months old in this picture. How old is she now, though? Just out of curiosity. Oh, pardon me. Okay, fix that problem. Applying pieces incorrectly is always fun. Yeah, they all sit outside waiting for the kids. Since we're in development, there'll be many. I just got candy for that weekend. Okay. And Greg says, I want some Waffle House right now. That actually sounds really good. Waffle House is a good choice, man. Good choice. Alright, so let's put this on there. Oh, we're building a wheelbarrow. Dang, I didn't even see that. Alright, cool. I thought we were building like a little art stand or something, but no, it's actually going to be like this with a wheelbarrow. And I have been working on my city. Been working on it quite a bit. I ran into some snags because, well, I'm starting to do the subway section underneath, and getting that spacing right was quite challenging, and I just barely figured it out. So unfortunately, I've got a lot of tearing up to do to make it work. So the video will probably be kind of brief this week, because I'll show how far I've gotten, which, remember, I had to tear it up, so it's not very far. And I did have fun this past week. I took the whole week off of work, and during that week I went down to Vegas, and my wife was with me. We went down to Vegas and had an interesting time, to say the least. Vegas is a very interesting town, to say the least. Okay, so, oh. Alright, let's look at this for a second. Yeah, same here, Jenny. We might hand out candy if we have any left. Yeah, I bought some candy, and it did not last. Okay, so this is crazy, because I am looking at this and I have it right, except for it won't let me latch it on there. And I'm looking at this, and yeah, I've got it completely right. Yeah, that's correct. Okay, well now it wants to fit on there. Okay, cool, no problem. Oh wow. So we got to put all these little flowers together. Dad updated his iPhone and loved the new apps. Oh, what apps did he like? What was new for him? I personally can't live without Google Maps. I use that a couple times a day, it seems like. Just kidding. Actually, I don't have to go much of anywhere anymore, because I work from home. So I'm very fortunate that way. You know, they don't call to use all these stems for the flowers, but since they gave me extras, I'm gonna put all the stems on here, or all the flowers on the stems, so I'll make it a full flower here. Okay. All right, so we got one done, and now we got to do a couple more. Got some golden flowers coming up here. I think they're really pretty. So. But yeah, I was working on Subway, on the city, and also you'll notice that in the coming days, a lot of my builds are going to be related directly to the city, because I'm trying to kick that off in a high gear and get that going again. So now we got these flowers, and then we got one more set of flowers here. And these are just simple red flowers. So we've got the wheelbarrow done with the flowers. And like I said, I'll work on the wreath later on. Alright, that's bag 1. So let's head to bag 2, which looks like we're going to be building the beginnings of the frame on this. Just making sure we have all. Okay, yes, we do. Alright. So we have all the bag number 2s right here in front of me. And let's go ahead and kick this off on the high gear and just get this going here. Oh yeah, I started to tell you about my trip to Vegas. So, I don't know how long it's been, or if you guys have been to Vegas. As a kid, we lived in California, and my grandparents were in Salt Lake City area, in Utah. And the thing is, like, we used to pass through all the time, and when we went through Nevada, we used to stop at Circus. So I've been to Circus many times, and as a kid, it was awesome. Loved the buffet. So when my wife and I were talking about going to Vegas, that's the first place to pop in my mind. I said, let's go to Circus. So we went online, booked the hotel, and then we traveled the 6.5 hours down there. And I gotta say, man, Circus was the biggest disappointment I've had. It was dirty. It was run down. It was not the nicer hotel that I remember it being. Like I said, I used to stay in there almost every year. They just let it go. I mean, like, the carpet was nasty in the main lobby. It had stains all over it, like black stains. And the rooms, well, my back's still recovering from the bed. The beds were way too soft. And, oh, by the way, the main reason I wanted to go to the buffet, it was closed while we were there. So, couldn't even take advantage of that because it wasn't even open. So, that was kind of a disappointment. And, anyway, we didn't do any gambling while we were there. I'm not a gambling man, by any stretch of the imagination. So, no, we didn't do any gambling, but we did have fun. We went to the, I think it was called the Venetian? I know the Venetian Hotel was there. There's a mall connected to it. And it is really cool. They've got this waterway thing, this canal, in the middle of the mall, and you can actually pay for a boat that looks like a Venetian boat, and it takes you from one end of the mall to the other, so you don't have to walk it. I didn't do that. We went ahead and walked it. Actually, ended up walking it a couple times. Really pretty though. Loved the shops. They had a really cool art gallery there, and you know, I'm gonna throw some shade here in a minute on a company that I don't care for. So as soon as we got into the hotel, you know, you check in, and then when we went around the corner to get on the elevators to go to our rooms, this guy stops us, and he works for the hotel, or at least he looked like he did, but he actually didn't. Who he worked for was Wyndham, and you know, they got us with, hey, you guys want to see a comedy show while you're here? It's only $50 and whatever, and you get your money back if you actually go, kind of thing. So it sounded good to me, and I should have known that it was a swindle. I paid the $50, and in the end, what it was is that you had to end up going to a timeshare presentation, and then they gave you your money back. And I thought that was very deceptive of Wyndham, and it tells you right there you do not have a good product if you have to swindle people and then getting them to sit down for a presentation for it. They were extremely rude. We told them no many times. They would not listen. We had to practically stand up and leave to get out of there. It was not a good experience, and it was way too expensive, and they just would not take no for an answer. We did not sign. We did not get the timeshare, not going to. And I thought it was really funny because the guy kept telling us, oh, well, you know, Wyndham doesn't like to see your face a second time, so if you don't sign today, you'll never be able to get this again. And I'm like, I don't care. And then at the very end, when they gave us the other salesman, because he obviously was not going to get the sale from us, they gave us another salesman. That salesman said, well, if you ever change your mind, we're here. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Didn't you all say we couldn't come back if we didn't accept today? So anyway, interesting experience, to say the least. And then the second day, we ended up going to Hoover Dam. Now, that was amazing. It's really amazing when you think about Hoover Dam by the fact that it was built 90 years ago. And I'm going to tell you, man, they really thought of everything when they built that dam. It is massive, first of all. And then the water levels were extremely low. I can tell you that. I got pictures of it. So, the water's nowhere near the spillway. It's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. So all that stuff you might have been hearing about the news about them having a drought, it's definitely the truth. I mean, it's the water levels are so low, and they even turned off. There was no water coming out of the bottom of the dam to produce electricity from water. I'm not even gonna try that word. Sorry. Yeah, they turned that off, and so there was no water coming out of the bottom of the dam, like usual. And really cool though. It had a visitor center and plenty of parking, and we walked across the dam twice because we had to, of course, walk across it and then walk across again to get back to our car. But a really cool experience. I recommend it. If you're close by Vegas, it's only a 45-minute drive outside of Vegas. It's really close. I wish we would have had more time because we discussed going to the Grand Canyon, which is about another hour away from Vegas from Hoover Dam, but we just got too late of a start that day, and considering that we'd have to go an hour out, spend some time there, and then drive an hour back the other way, it was a good thing we didn't do it because we didn't get home till almost 10 o'clock that night, and that means we would have been out past midnight, which I don't think my wife or I would have lasted too well driving under those conditions. So, kind of glad we didn't do that, but we've earmarked that for a future trip. I think the Grand Canyon would be awesome. And yeah, Vegas, Hoover Dam, all of that was just really awesome. I really enjoyed it. So I will post some pictures on Facebook here soon. And I'll probably do it both on the personal site because I know a couple of you are friends with me on Facebook. And then I'll probably also put it on the page for Chip Off the Old Block, which we do have a Facebook page called the Chip Off the Old Block Toys. So if you're not a part of that, please become a part of that. I post there a couple times a week. I'm not as active on there as I am here because currently I'm pretty much a one-man band when it comes to everything that's done here. So, but anyway, if you want to see some cool pictures of Hoover Dam, might even throw in a couple pictures of myself and the wife. But anyway, it's fun and I recommend it. And to park there, if you don't use the parking garage, it's free. There's no admittance fee. You can pay a couple dollars to do a dam tour, and they actually take you inside the dam where they generate electricity too, by the way, if you're looking for something really cool. We did not do that. We actually arrived at the dam at like, it's like 8:30, and none of the, you can visit the dam 24/7, but the facilities in the dam, including the bathrooms, don't open until 9 o'clock. So we got there a little early, and yeah, we just didn't do that tour. But if I had time and I go back there, I would definitely do the tour. So this base is coming along really good in my opinion, really fine, and stuff. And I don't know if you guys follow the news too much, but they caught that, well, sort of. They caught Brian Laundrie, and of course he was deceased. But they did find his body, which, for those who are not aware, that's a very high-profile case here in America of a young girl who went missing and was last seen with her boyfriend, and he came back from the Utah, Wyoming area without his girlfriend, but with her van. So they found her body late August, and just a couple days ago they found the boyfriend's body in Florida. He was hiding out in a nature preserve, and unfortunately, from what I was able to gather, it looks like some wild animals got to him. So, mainly gators, is what I heard. But you know what? I could be wrong, so don't quote me on that. And Greg says, I want to go to Zach Baggins' Haunted Museum. Is that in Vegas? Because I think I did see that, a sign for that. So, yeah, there's there's quite a bit in Vegas, though. What's really funny, though, is that Vegas must have a lot of car accidents, because the first thing that I noticed was when we were driving into Vegas, excuse me. Well, when we, excuse me, man. Something bothering back in my throat there. When we drove into Vegas, a ton of billboards, man, and almost every billboard was for an injury lawyer. Car accident injuries, casino injuries, and like there were some of them that even advertised, we collected so many millions of dollars for our clients last year, and it's like, wow, man, it must be a sue happy place. I really couldn't believe how many of those there were. Way too many, guys. Way too many. So yeah, it was kind of cool. And then, well, not the billboards. I was thinking about something else. Let me get to that. Sorry, my mouth moves faster. My brain moves faster than my mouth. What was really cool is we stayed right on the Strip. And the Strip's got a lot of lights. The Strip's a very flashy place. It is, in my opinion, very fun. You can tell there's a lot of money put into it. And, you know, if I could go back and do Vegas again, I definitely would. I would allow more time. We only had 2 days. We were able to do a lot in those 2 days. Oh, I didn't mention the art gallery. My goodness. Boy, am I being a heel here. I'll get to that. So there was just so much to do there, and I'd like to go back when I have more time and just hit some more spots and have fun. Let me tell you about the art museum. Hello from France, just near Paris. Hey, well, hey, is it? Oh, well, last name looks like Regis, but I'm sorry, I'm not good with names, and that's not like an insult against you. That's me. I just can't do it. But welcome to the channel. So in Vegas, in the mall, there was a art gallery, And I'll be honest, you guys know my wife's on here with, she was with me on that. And I did not want to go in the art gallery at first because all I saw was like a couple Marilyn Monroe kind of pictures. And so I was like, nah, this isn't too interesting for me, And we walked in and I was wearing a Darth Vader shirt. And the lady's like, oh, you like Star Wars? I'm like, yeah, I do. And she goes, well, we've got this really cool second gallery in the mall, and I'll take you to it. And so we went to the second gallery, which was not too far away, and they had a ton of Star Wars. They actually had a working R2-D2 life size, and he looked just like from the movie. So then I asked the lady about it, and it actually was used in one of the movies. The owner of the gallery has connections with Lucasfilms and Disney, and in addition to that, working R2-D2, which was not for sale, I couldn't afford it anyway. In addition to that, they had this 4 foot, like this way, 10 foot this way, and it was a very large pencil drawing with shading and everything of the Mos Eisley Cantina from the first episode 4, the first one released. And it basically, the center of it was the bar, and then it was kind of a panoramic view of the Mos Eisley Cantina. It had all the villains you could ever think of from that movie, and it was just the coolest thing. Boy, I wanted to buy it, but yeah, the price tag kind of turned me off. It was 10 grand US money. So yeah, I don't have $10,000 to spend on that. So that was a no-go, but hey, it was really cool to see it, and I could only imagine the amount of time that guy spent on it. And also in that other gallery that we went to, I have to say it was really cool. They had another Marilyn Monroe picture that was pencil as well. Just a really good time. And they had so much there. They had Spider-Man, like the comic books. They recreated them, and they were paintings. Looked so freaking awesome. Maybe I'll throw some of those on Facebook too, just so y'all can see what a great time we had and the great things that we were able to see. And also, hey, if you're in the area, stop at that art museum, man. It's just, it's not gallery, not museum. The comic book ones were for sale. They were for, I think it was like $3,000. And again, I don't have that, so I walked away with nothing. There was a smaller painting of Vader that was $1,800, and I wanted it, but I don't even have $1,800. I kind of felt like she was playing Russian roulette with Kmart when it comes to me, because all my money's invested in Legos already. I don't got anything to invest in anything else. So, but hey, you know what? It was a great time to be had, and I highly recommend the art gallery. I don't remember the name. I do have her card. I will post that on Facebook. So if you're ever in Vegas, stop by, see this art gallery, and you'll be blown away. The Star Wars stuff they had. That working R2-D2. I'll tell you what, that was something else. That's something that I mean, wow. How many times do you see a movie prop like that? Especially, there can't be that many R2-D2s, movie props out there. But geez, this guy had one, and it just blew me away. It does kind of remind me of the time that I went to Cincinnati Museum. Cincinnati Museum is interesting if you've ever been there. It's the old train station that I think went defunct in the 50s, and that art museum is just absolutely awesome. They have traveling tours, and when I was there, one of the traveling things was Star Wars. and they had a club there of people that like to build the droids from Star Wars. And I wish I remember which movie this came from, but George Lucas actually heard of this club, and in one of the movies, almost all the droids in that movie came from this club, and they build life-size models of it, and they're all functional. So that was really cool. And when we first went up to the museum, I didn't realize what was going on. I just saw a droid from the movie, and I thought, hey, that's really cool. And then the thing moved on me and kind of scared me because I wasn't expecting it. And the guy who built it was there, of course, and he was controlling it by remote control. Oh, gotta make sure I get that right. So it was really cool. I got to talk to the guy. He told me all about the club and how the average number at the time. I remember that I saw this, I want to say it was about 10 years ago, but I can't remember exactly when I saw it. But anyway, long story short, this club, these average members spent $12,000 USD on one of their models. And he said that some of the guys, though, even go way further out, and then some of them spent $30,000 and $40,000 on a working droid. So these guys are the real deal. They're into it, and I just enjoyed being part of that for a minute and seeing all that. And like I said, if I had more time in Vegas, I would spend more time in Vegas. And you know, it's not that far away. It's only about 6-hour drive, so it's something you could drive there in one day. And I do plan on going back, and when I do, definitely let you guys know about it. Take some more pictures and stuff. But I'm sorry, I didn't think I mentioned this. Maybe I did. We're on bag number 3 now, which is, in my opinion, coming along nicely. Alright, so we've got the steering components here. So alright. It's almost time for me to widen the picture on the main camera. My goodness, this thing is growing. Alright, so let's throw this in here like so, because that's what they tell me to do, and then like this, and then yes, I'm supposed to push this thing in. And this thing's giving me a little bit of fits, but we'll figure it out. Boy, this is not wanting to go in. Oh, there we go. I said that, and then look at that, it just goes in. Alright. Got a nice little impression there on my skin from trying to push on that thing. Always nice. So let's go ahead and just continue to build. This is going to be the last bag for the day. I'm not sure when the next live stream is going to be. It might be the weekend. Next weekend. Don't know. It all depends on how this week shapes up. This week is already full. That's why I'm saying that. Not to be at all focusing on anything sad, but just the truth. I attended a funeral yesterday, and that was of my previous scoutmaster. Yeah, I didn't realize he lived in Utah, but he passed away from COVID. And then on Monday, one of my childhood friends, I mean, I literally don't remember meeting this guy ever, because how long I've known him. Met him as a toddler, I guess we've known each other that long, and his mother passed away last week, and her funeral is coming up on Monday. And besides that, I have a couple appointments and stuff this week, so my week's already pretty full. So I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have to do live streams this week, but hey, we'll play it by ear, and if I'm available, I will definitely do it. So just letting you guys kind of know what's going on, and yeah, it's been pretty rough. And in addition to that, I did have a family member pass away recently, so that's one of the reasons that I've been taking a break. And then those other people passed away, so life's been extremely full, I guess would be the right word right now. So just letting you guys know that that's what's going on. But oh yeah, let me get to that too. So I don't know, because I can't remember the last time we did a live stream, so I'm not really sure what I've mentioned and what I haven't mentioned. So I do apologize that if I'm repeating myself in any of this. But so the house behind me on the other street went for sale, and the reason that's significant is that is the house that I looked at when I was looking at buying this one, and it's the same model as this one. And the reason that any of this is significant is because it went for sale. And of course, what it sells for will give me a great idea of how much this house can sell for. And that's important, because with housing prices being what they are here in Utah and changing so fast, it's really hard to get a handle on what your house is worth, because it keeps going up really quickly. And in fact, there was a statewide report that came out on Utah last week that put the average home price per county, what it has done in the last year. And I gotta tell you, I'm amazed myself that things have done what they've done. In my county, housing prices have gone up 20.3% on average. So, and that's just 1 year. So anyway, what does this have to do with anything? It has to do with my goal to get out to the country. My house has appreciated enough that come February, when I've been in the house for 2 years and I can avoid capital gains tax, I plan on selling my home. And I plan on buying something out in the country. And with that will mean, because of the numbers of how much my house is worth and how much I owe and all of those things, I won't get into those numbers, but I will tell you that it is significant, and that I should be able to sell this home, buy another one in the country with 20% down to avoid the PMI, and then I should have enough left over to even build a pole barn. So yeah, it's definitely, yeah, cool stuff. So if we can do all that, then I will have my dream of the country and have my dream of having the house that I've been telling you about that I've been wanting, the country home. And John says, making progress and bidding on homes almost impossible. It is almost impossible. It really is. And the inventory in Utah is still really tight. There isn't a lot of people selling right now, which is further fueling the crisis, the housing crisis. So, and I do consider it a crisis, because you just can't. Getting a home here in Utah is so difficult. I checked online. We are still in Utah at 2.6% unemployment, and I think that for as long as we see those numbers, those kind of numbers, I think that you're gonna see the housing crisis continue, or whatever you want to call it. I call it a crisis, but and also construction materials are still up in some categories, which is making it difficult for builders to build new homes to help alleviate that crisis. So we'll see. And John says, we offer a cash deal for my house. You better have solid internet. Well, my sister literally lives around the corner from the house that I'm looking at. And I don't know. It may or may not still be there. Probably not by the time I get there. But my point is, my sister lives there, and her internet is just fine. So I'm hoping that I can have the same experience of having great internet there. Alright, we're moving along great here. Again, I just really enjoy this set. I love old pickups. In fact, a really good friend of mine, when I did the video where I did the Lego haul on this one, I mentioned my friend Rodney, which I should have gone and seen when I was down in Vegas because he lives that direction. He actually lives a little bit off of 15 there in southern Utah. I thought about seeing him, but we were so late getting back. I was like, man, if we stop, we're going to have to. It's not going to be a short conversation because I hadn't seen him for a while. So I didn't stop. Probably should have, thinking back on it. But anyway, my friend Rodney owns a 50s Ford truck that he has restored, and it's really cool. This thing reminds me of it. It's even the same color, the same like burgundy red is his as well, his exact same color. So really having an affinity for this truck. I really like it, and I like old trucks. I like old cars in general, man. So I'm really glad Lego did this one. Even if they don't want to name it a Ford or a Chevy, it's fine. Country Life will be very nice. Jenny says the truck is moving along. Yes, I would agree with you. I really want Country Life. I just, when I look at things, and okay, I missed something. Oh boy, you guys. John, don't laugh. I got to rebuild. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to rebuild. But I do have to pay attention here. So when it comes to the Country Life, what appeals to it to me is like having farm fresh eggs, having goats, a couple steers, that kind of thing. I'm not looking to commercial farm. I'm just looking to be able to feed myself and my family, and less processed foods, because I really think that that's a lot of our health problems these days is caused by processed foods. And so I don't mean to hey, is that Jetty Powell? How you doing, man? Thanks for joining us today. Alright, so we got these two things here. So that country home is becoming more of a reality. When I first had the idea, I honestly didn't think that I was going to be able to do it all. But as time moves on, it looks like things are moving that direction. So very happy. And this is actually functional steering. I know you can't really see it because there's no wheels on it yet, but it is functional. Yeah, John, I did show her pictures of Rue, but I know you're talking about your profile picture right now. So, yeah, man. I look forward to having a pole barn, being able to design one, being able to look at one, put all my Legos out there. I don't know what we're building right now, because I didn't really catch what that was when I looked at the thing. So I'll be just as pleasantly surprised as you are when we get there. And it looks like we ran a little bit over. We're a little bit over an hour, but this is the last bag, and there's maybe about 40 pieces here, so we will be ending this rather soon. Oop, wrong way. Yeah, I'm not trying to give John something to laugh at. Again, I don't know what this is. It's kind of weird to build something and not be able to see what it is that you're, or being able to know what it is. I'm sure it'll make sense here in a minute. So let's go ahead and finish this off here. Okay, well, that didn't really help. Still not sure what it is. But it goes on the front of the truck. I don't even know what this is, so. Oh. There we go. It wasn't seating just right, so I had to go ahead and do that. Jeff, if you read that article I sent you, it's disgusting what they do to beagles. And I'm really sorry, John. I had a lot going on. Did you send that like today, or was that sent previously? I will look at it. I just want to know where to find it. Like, if you just sent it just now, then yeah, I'll easily be able to find it. But if it was sent a few days ago, then I'll have to go back and look. If you let me know when you sent it, I will take a look at that. Because I am an animal lover, and I don't like seeing animals abused in any sort of way. Okay. My phone has gone off a few times while doing this live stream, so I'm not really sure if your article was one of those. All right. Okay. All right. Almost there with this bag. That's interesting. And one more piece. All right. Well, this is bags 1, 2, and 3. Oh, you know what, John? I did see something about the medical experiments, Dr. Fauci. Yeah, I did hear about that. I read up about that a little bit last night on the internet. Yeah, that was. Yeah, that's not cool. I will look at the article though, and take a look at that. Anyway, I do appreciate every one of you tuning in today. This bag's 1 through 3, and this is set number 10290, the pickup truck. I call it the vintage pickup truck because that's what it is. Looks like we have an engine compartment. We've got a little bit of the passenger compartment and the tailpipe. It looks like here, so the bed's probably going to be about right here. Anyway, I appreciate again you tuning in. And be good to each other. Stay safe out there. And probably, I'm thinking Saturday will be the next live stream for sure. Maybe one in between. So I'm not really sure. But like I said, it all depends on my availability. But I appreciate you guys watching this. Hit the like button if you would. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.